everybody. Welcome to the South Australian Sports Show. Really appreciate you staying with us for the next hour. Plenty to talk about on the show. I'm Phil Smythe. Barry Curtin joins me as always. Baz, how are you?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's how I am.
Cannot be any better than
Should
that.
be in the squad.
Should be in the squad. Which squad, mate?
Any squad.
Any
Doesn't
squad.
matter. Doesn't matter what squad.
Right now you're in the cheer squad, aren't you?
I'm in the cheer squad, yeah.
Yep. Which cheer squad?
Oh, well, where else am I going to be in the cheer squad?
It's hard to believe you'd be down at Adelaide Oval with the Cobras. Of course you would be, mate. OK, let's get on to the good news because there is been a lot of good news over the week before we come in. So what about the Freeling Footy Club? They get a win after 1,064 days. They defeat Andrew Jarman's coach team at Williamstown, 18,311 to 9-12-67. Of course, they play in the A grade in the Barossa Light and Gawler footy. First win since 2019.
There'd be some headaches up there Sunday morning, wouldn't there?
But isn't that great?
Seriously.
I think that's one of the good things about country footy is that, you know, they're losing, but the players still stay with them, and then finally they open up a win and you go, it's just a great story.
Yeah.
I mean, no one likes losing, but you've got to wait 1,064 days to get one.
Would you think they would have remembered the song?
I doubt that they remember
1,064 days since they've sung it.
Well, if you thought that was bad, what about Nangawari Saints? Of course, they've been losing every game since 2014, if you don't mind. So it's been 8 years, by the way. That's 8 years. Yeah. They get a 10-point win on the weekend, 13-11, 89 to 11-14, 80 over Tantanoola. Yeah. 8 years you've been waiting for a win. Yeah.
Well, I know that the Tantanoola coach got the flick on the weekend.
He's gone.
He's gone. Just got done by now. Hang on, mate, you're gone.
Hey, I forgot to mention this the other week, of course, because we had the AFL Hall of Fame inductees, and there were three, of course, from South Australia. Matty Pavlich came in. Brilliant. Russell Ebert, of course, elevated to legend.
Legend, yeah.
This guy's one of the really fantastic, one of the greats of South Australian footy, Michael Taylor, but he's always just been the quiet achiever, hasn't he?
He has,
You know, no matter who you talk to, his time at Nord, his time with Collingwood, his time with the Crows.
Terrific player.
Just, not only is he a ripping player, he's a ripping bloke.
Good guy.
And it kind of just, Mike Taylor got inducted in the Hall of Fame. I just don't think we gave him enough credit for all the great things he's done.
Yeah, no,
you know, the blokes that play with him talk about what a ripper he was as a player, as a clubman, as a person. So well done to Michael Taylor.
I think we...
Bruce McAvaney, of course, inducted into the TV Logies Hall of Fame. None better than the great man.
No, he's the best.
Yep.
He's the best.
Yep. I don't think there's any doubt about this one.
Bruce.
Now, what about this one, mate? Travis Head, unbeaten 70 in Colombo for Australia. Of course, he wasn't in the 1 days against Sri Lanka. He came in because Steve Smith had a bit of a quad injury and they were resting him. So quick fire 70. Yep. Travis said, can't wait for the test to start. I'm ready to go.
Mate. He's in such good form. I watched that innings. He's as good a white ball player as he is a test player. He should not be out of that side.
No.
I don't care what they say. He should be in both. He should be in the T20s and also the 1 days and the tests.
Well, he's clearly shown them he should be.
That's right.
Just a quick fire 70. I mean, they lost, but he played great.
Yeah, our depth is brilliant in the cricket, though. And we lost purely because no Stark, no Cummins, no Hazelwood.
Mate, it's good news. Not worry about the loss, mate. We're talking about what our boy Travis Head did, mate. Travis was terrific.
He was brilliant, and he will murder him in the test as well.
All right, my mate Andrew Gaze, of course, elevated to legend status in the Australian Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, there's only 6 members in it.
Is that right?
There's only 6, and he's in there.
Are you in there?
No.
You're not in there?
I sent him a text and said, congratulations. He said, I'll see you in there soon. So I'll have to get my promotion crew up and going. But
sorry, he's in the Hall of Fame or is it legend?
Legend in the Australian Basketball Hall of Fame.
Are you in the Hall of Fame?
I'm in the Hall of Fame, but he's legend status. Okay. But the great news is he's in with his dad.
Yeah.
You know, Lindsay, of course, is one of the greatest,
yeah, that's
no doubt. So for me, it's I have an unbelievable association with both. Yep. And to see them both go in, I know what that means to Lindsay, I know what that means to Andrew, of course, Margaret, his mum. Yeah. But sometimes you get those moments, you know, people get elevated and you go, that's fantastic. Yeah. This is clearly one deserved, but to get in with his dad.
That's brilliant.
I don't know that many Hall of Fames where you have the father-son or the father-daughter or the mother-daughter, mother-son.
Well, I can't think of any.
It's fairly rare in itself, but certainly deserving. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Anyway, we're off and rolling. We need to get over to Millie for the sporting news. Millie, what have you got for us?
Thanks, Phil. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another week in sport. And what a week it has been. So let's jump into it. After much deliberation, the International Swimming Federation made a momentous decision that will change the swimming and sporting world forever. 71% of 152 national federations at the Swimming World Championships announced the approval of a policy that creates an open category for transgender athletes to compete at an elite level. The policy, however, now bans some transgender athletes from competing within the women's category due to scientific unfairness. A scientific panel from FINA found that transgender women retained a significant advantage over cisgender female swimmers, even after reducing their testosterone levels through medication. Based on these findings, FINA created a policy that allows male to female transgender to compete in the women's category, provided they have not experienced any part of male puberty beyond Tanner Stage 2 or before the age of 12. The policy makes swimming the second Olympic governing body after World Rugby in 2020 to introduce a ban based on scientific grounds. Australia's own Peter Bol has sprinted across the finish line in Paris, breaking the 800-metre Oceania record after a blistering race during the Paris Diamond League. Controversially, though, Bol was pushed back to second place after Frenchman Benjamin Robert appealed his disqualification from earlier in the race. The appeal was upheld and Robert was put back on top of the timesheets and named the winner. Even though not crowned champion, Bol was happy to have broken his PB, finishing with a final time of 1 minute and 44 seconds, taking 11th of a second off his previous record, which he held. In a short-lived start to his AFL career, Port Adelaide debutant Bryn Teakle is expected to be sidelined for 6 to 8 weeks after sustaining a broken collarbone during last week's clash against the Sydney Swans. Transferring from the WAFL in the mid-season draft 2 weeks ago, Teakle's debut lasted less than half the game after he broke his left collarbone during a bump against Justin McHenry in the second term of the game. The bad luck did continue for Port forward midfielder Zach Butters after being subbed out over grade 2 medial ligament sprain. Port Adelaide haven't put a time frame on how long Butters will be sidelined for, but medics have suggested he should only miss 1 to 2 games. Port didn't let the injuries get in the way of a home victory though, beating the Swans by 23 points with a final score of 82 to 59. Well, it was another tough day at the office for McLaren driver Daniel Ricciardo after finishing 11th at the Canada Grand Prix on the weekend. Opting to double stack the cars, both McLaren vehicles came in one after the other during a pit stop strategy which soon backfired, which saw Red Bull and Ferrari drivers take the lead of the race. Red Bull driver Max Verstappen claimed his 6th victory for the season after withstanding pressure from Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, crossing the checkered flag less than 1 second ahead of the Spaniard. The next race will welcome Formula One to the UK for the British Grand Prix on July 3rd. That is all the news I have for you this week. I'm Millie Walters and we'll be right back for more on the SA Sports Show.